Mayor, it's great to see you again.
Likewise.
We're looking forward to your State of the City in April. I know you can't give all the top issues out now. You can't give us the secrets today, but give us
I will certainly give you some.
Give us some. Tell me what's happening
let's
in your
start off
city.
with the fact that Rio Grande City continues to enjoy tremendous growth, prosperity, and success. When you consider what we've created, and I say we as an entire organization, historical job creation, historical fund balance, historical sales tax revenues up to 11% compared to the previous year, historical home ownership at 72% above the national and state averages of 64 and 62%, historical investments in infrastructure, safety and security, medicine, education, historical investments in mobility and connectivity, transportation, trade, commerce, hospitality, retail, tourism. We are phenomenally in a historical position, and again, unprecedented historical highs when it comes to all the figures. Again, safety, security, medicine, you name it. So absolutely, we're going on all 8 cylinders.
What do you put it down to? How come investors learned about Rio Grande City? Where did they find out about you?
Well, thank goodness we have a phenomenal economic development corporation. We have, of course, the city commission and board members. We have the different opportunities to visit with Mexico, for example, and our counterparts, be out and about in the community and the communities around us too, visiting with people, having sit downs and having those conversations that, hey, we are here, we're Rio Grande City, we're wanting for you to come in and visit us and see those opportunities, because when you consider where we're at, it's incredible. And the numbers speak for themselves. Sales tax revenues, historical sales tax revenues, and sales and revenues in general. And when they come and visit and see for themselves, for example, they're on 83 right across Walmart. You're talking about 85,000 vehicles that traverse through that street on a daily basis. So you see all this impact, and that's why they're coming in. And again, we have to do our end to go visit, knock on doors, and say we are here and provide all the statistics and surveys and the information that, of course, that they need to make those decisions when they're going to invest in the community. And thus far, Dutch Bros, for example, just opened. Starbucks has been doing well. Our Dutch Bros, our Chick-fil-A, all these businesses, plus Marshalls, they cannot keep up with the inventory there and everything else that's coming. So, and of course the investment in medical too. Of course, we're going to have a medical residency program in Rio Grande City starting soon. And of course that investment is already progressing. So it's incredible. So, and of course more to come in the State of the City address, so we invite you to come on out, give you more details on that.
I was going to ask you about the residency program. That's something that you've cared about for many years. It's really close to happening.
That's right.
What sort of game changer will that be in terms of healthcare for your county?
And that's one of the things that moving forward, for the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, is providing our medical needs there in our community in Rio Grande City, and providing different types of specialties as well. Not having to come elsewhere for some of these services. And if we could do at minimum 90% of all the services there, we'd be doing, phenomenally great. So, for example, this development, yes, when you're looking at clinics, when you're looking at research, when you're looking at having a population that, when you consider, for example, all these trials, when it comes to pharmaceuticals, there's a slight percentage of Hispanics that are used in part of these trials, but here you have a perfect population at 98% Hispanic that can use some of these individuals for trials, for example. Of course, that's where medical doctors, when you have your physician telling you, hey, be part of this, that is certainly, it helps for someone to come in and be part of these trials that are important for us too, because it's imperative that when you have all these research opportunities, that we have populations that are going to be benefiting by these pharmaceuticals down the road as well. But again, the research and everything else that comes with it, medical residency program, of course, training medical doctors there, and having every year having 2 or 3 new doctors coming in to continue with their residency, that's phenomenal. That's going to transform our region for generations to come, because it's not just Rio Grande City, it's the cities around us, Roma, La Grulla, Escobares, Zapata, and of course our friends and neighbors from Miguel Alemán, Camargo, Díaz Ordaz, Mier, and so on. So you're talking about a binational region transforming it, and Rio Grande City is taking the lead on this.
A couple of other quick questions. What's the latest news about the International Bridge being expanded? Mr. Sandoval has been wanting to do that for some time. Can you give us any news there?
Yes, there is those conversations with Congressman Henry Cuellar and support from Senator Kelly from Arizona, Senator Cornyn, Senator Cruz, and of course Congressman Henry Cuellar. And there's positive news that will be coming out soon as far as expansion. And we're already in the process with this whole idea of nearshoring, which nearshoring is just simply having business operations, particularly on the production side, to be closer to home to minimize the disruptions to the supply chain, which goes back to faster production to customer delivery, faster market access, a decrease in customs expenses, an increase in operational flexibility, and of course an increase overall the company's overall bottom line. That is going to happen, and it's already happening. So we're not going to have enough bridges to be able to sustain all the trade that's going to continue to go through our ports of entry. So by all means, we're working on warehousing already. We're working on cold storage, and those are things that are going to be unveiled very soon for what's coming out there in Rio Grande City and Roma too, with their industrial park, as you mentioned, that you were out there last week. So all that, but again, that's contributing to entire Stark County as a whole.
How important is the oil and gas industry to you in terms of funding, taxes?
When you consider that we are a premier energy powerhouse, when it comes to solar, when it comes to wind, even oil and gas. So, and I don't see that going anywhere either, because we need to support all levels of energy. And in fact, I am a firm believer in energy independence, as a country, and certainly as a state, as a community in general. Energy independence is crucial for the national security as well, and what it does for communities. So by all means, we support it 100%, all the forms and modalities of energy, by the way.
Two more questions. What about your relief road, the route going north of Rio Grande City to just ease the congestion? What are you hearing from TxDOT?
In fact, we've had conversations last month with the TxDOT, and that's moving along as far as securing the properties to be able to build on this. State Loop 195 is coming. We are going to see it in our lifetime. I know sometimes the conversation is, but at the end of the day, it is moving. We will be securing, or TxDOT will be securing the properties, and then they'll start construction in the next year, actually 2 years. You're looking at about 2025 is when they'll start some of the construction, but they're already working on the environmental, securing the properties, and State Loop 195 is going to happen, and we are going to see it in our lifetime. And the first phases of it, it's going to be 4 different phases, but you're looking at over $280 million project, and probably even more by the time construction starts, right? Especially with the way inflation is and construction. But we are going to see it, and yes, it's going to bring relief. And what that's going to do is going to start moving the city north. So our city is going to continue to start growing north towards the State Loop 195, which is going to alleviate the congestion there on 83 right now. So by all means, we're looking forward to that growth as well, because the city will start moving north. And of course, you start seeing convenience stores in that area as well. And
last question, Ruta 54, Ruta 54.
It's what they're calling.
Is it safe yet?
It's Código 54283, which is Route 54, Highway 2, and Highway 83. And we have a binational coalition that's working on this project with Miguel Alemán, Camargo, Roma, Rio Grande City, and then surrounding Mier and Cerralbo, which of course is promoting 54. There are actually, maybe 6 months ago, we visited with one of the forts that they have there in next to, or should I say, Cerralbo, and they're going to house thousands of military personnel to continue to safeguard the public there on 54. So they have multiple guards that they're stationing along Route 54 that is going to contribute to helping, of course, with safety and security through Route 54. And that's what those are some of the things that we're working on and supporting our friends in Mexico, because they also see, and that's one of the things that needs to be communicated, is they care about the same things we do: safety and security. Making the civilians there, the population want to have safe communities and prosperous communities, because without safety, it's going to be hard for a city to prosper.
Lastly, what's your population officially, and what do you think it really is?
Oh, right now, according to census, we're at 15.6 or so, but no, I honestly believe we're more like 23,000 people in Rio Grande City. But of course, census has us much less than that, especially when you consider that our student population at our schools is above 12,000. So when you're looking at a student population above 12,000, and your entire city is only 15.6, just the math doesn't add up, right? So.
Mayor, thank you so much for today's interview. We're looking forward to your State of the City, and we perhaps today have given a bit of a sneak preview for the viewers.
Hey, thank you.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
Well done, mate.